Hello, my beautiful friends. I hope all of you are safe. And according to the situation, yes, today is my day off, but tomorrow I'm going to work. So I thought on my off day, I'm going to do all my weekly readings for this week so that you guys will get your guidance from your spirits. Okay? I'm here shuffling the cards. Hope you can see that. Okay. Oops. Sometimes, when I take a card like this, it usually means something. So, there might be success for some of you, Look at that. Yeah, so keep in a positive mood. This is not going to last forever. It's going to be hard while it lasts, but people have suffered more during wars and are still suffering. I'm sad to say, but we don't. And this is not exactly a war. It's a war between, yes, lives will be lost, but those who will survive can expect things to get back normal again, but it will take a while, and we are going to miss some of our dear people, but keep being positive. You never know what is going to happen. Okay, so my first reading is going to be for my friends Aries. Past, present, future, your challenge, and answer to a question. Okay, so let's see. In the past, we are having the Eight of Swords. Present, we are having the Two of Wands, and in the future, we are having the Hermit. Your challenge is the Five of Wands, and your answer to your question is the Moon. So basically, in your past, you have been conflicted. Maybe you've been won by somebody. Maybe you've been you're feeling like you're being pushed out by someone, and maybe it's a group of friends, or maybe it's at work. We feel like you've struggled a lot, and that you're just going blindly and not knowing what to do. You just keep going. That's what this card shows. That's what you've been doing. Maybe you left a place to find something else, like maybe looking for a new situation, and now since you left the situation, or you're thinking about leaving the situation, you're looking at the past. Maybe you're observing your past. You're thinking about the mistakes that you made, the good things, and what you can make of it, and you're making plans, but you're reviewing your past, which is good, Aries. It's good to analyze the past. Use it as a source to improve your future. Yeah, because it's good to always the best critic can be yourself. Maybe you can criticize yourself too much sometimes, true, but once you review yourself, then you know how you're going to work it out in the future. And in the future, we see now see how these cards are linked. You were in a bad situation, but now you're analyzing your bad situation. Could be work, it could be a relationship, and in the future, or pretty soon, you'll be taking some time off, which obviously everybody is taking some time off except the key workers. God bless them. You're taking some time off to reflect onto your past situation so that you can learn from it and move on to your future. So good, Aries, you're progressing, you're moving into a new cycle, or you're ending a cycle and building a new one. So it's always good to sit back and think. So these two cards are very much alike. So it's a good place that you're going to be in, Aries, or that you're already in sometimes, because for some of you, even though it's generally said past, present, future, you might already be in the future. Sometimes you might not have had the past. It's different for everyone. That's why you need to get some personal readings, which you can PM me for. Then I can give you a reading which is more personalized on your situation, right? And the challenge that you're going to face is conflict. As you see, too many emotions in your head, too many voices in your head. Which one do you listen to, Aries? Right? So you don't know what you, maybe sometimes you don't know what you did wrong actually. Maybe even though you're trying to, scrutinize your past and analyze and figure out what's wrong, maybe you can't find out. And it's always okay, Aries. You need to relax and take this, it's not something that can be hurried. Nothing can be hurried. Yes, you can make a snap decision, but it's not always the best one. But you are on the path to goodness. You are on the path of self review, self criticism. Yes, and then you can get the good things, and then you can move forward. Yes, it will take some time, but try not to be too much conflicted about yourself. Don't put yourself down. That's not going to help. It might just a little bit. Maybe you need to push yourself up, be more positive, yeah, and then you can find the right answer to your questions. Yeah, so don't get into conflict with your emotions. Don't get into conflict because you did wrong, because you made a mistake. It's all right. It is now. It's time to move on. And the answer to your question is the moon. Someone has been lying to you, Aries. Someone has not been truthful to you, and you need to be very careful of what you hear. Don't believe everything that you hear. And also, this card can mean that something is going to be revealed. A secret is going to be revealed. Maybe someone told something bad about you. Maybe that's why you got into a wrong situation. Maybe someone misunderstood. It could be a misunderstanding as well. So Aries, just think into it, yeah? And that's my message for you, Aries, for this week. Now let's move on to Taurus. The next sign is Taurus. So let's see, Taurus, what is the message for you this week? See, Taurus, what's the message for you this week? See? Okay, Taurus, this is my message for you. Your past is the Queen of Cups. Your present is the King of Wands reversed. Your future is the Hangman reversed. Your challenge is the Seven of Wands in reverse, and the question to your answer is the Devil, right? Okay, so let's analyze your reading. So in the past we have the Queen of Cups. Yes, you also, like Aries, have been looking too hard upon yourselves, right? You have been looking too hard into your past, trying to figure out what was wrong, and you've been too hard on yourself. You put too many blames on yourself. Now things happen. It doesn't always have to be your mistake. You don't need to worry about it. Okay? Yes, it might have had a negative effect on you in the present, but it's a time to move on and think about something new. Okay? Don't push yourselves too much. In the present, you have the King of Wands, and he is looking at the power he had in the past here, but he's in reverse. So again, you're stuck looking at the past. This has to stop, Taurus. You don't have to get yourself stuck in a cycle for the rest of your life, right? You can take a decision, right? It doesn't have to be quick. True, but I think it's time for you to stop thinking about it and move forward to the next situation. Don't get stuck in this energy, because it will not be beneficial for you, my Tauruses. The Hangman in reverse. Sometimes we need to hang ourselves like the Hangman. This is, I think, for me, it's a twin card to the Fool. See, the Fool goes without thinking. He goes with his heart rather than with his head. And the Hangman is also like the Hermit. It seems that your reading is very similar to Aries, but as you Tauruses, you are too much into your situation. While Aries are a little bit more, they don't push themselves too hard, in the sense like, yeah, I made a mistake, but it's not gonna be forever, and I will be moving. But you Tauruses, no, you're still stuck in the same energy, and you need to take some time off, right? And you need to think of the positive things, right? It's not always about thinking hard and being hard on yourself. You should always move forward, right? So this will give you a new opportunity to find yourself anew. And your challenge is the Seven of Wands, right? I see a lot of wands in your reading. That could mean that you have the power to do it, but you feel like you're powerless right now. So what is he doing, right? He's fighting off the power. Like, maybe it could be your emotions, maybe it could be lies that people have told about you. You believe in those lies. Taurus, that is not good for you, my friends. You have to get back up. Don't believe other people's lies. Yes, some people might be criticizing, but only you know what you have been through, and only you can know whether you've been doing right or wrong. Yes, it is good to take advice from other people, but you should not believe other people 100% as well, because whatever you say, in that case, like, people can manipulate you and can be telling you something that is not right, and if you're not suiting them, it's time to find a new place. And the question that you have, the answer is the Devil, right? You have been indulging yourself in pleasures, in worldly pleasures. It could be drugs, it could be drinking, it could be sex. You could have overindulged a bit, and maybe you are using them to numb yourself from the pain you feel in work or relationships. So please, Taurus, it is time to stop numbing yourself from the pain and getting over it, so that you can move forward. Bless you, my Tauruses. That was my message for you. So the next message is going to be from me, of course. The next message is going to be for Gemini. Let me shuffle the cards. I don't like to shuffle the cards like this, but I find that the other method is not very good, so just hope my cards don't get too much folded. As you see, I have very small hands, but I like the bigger cards because they show me, you can see the picture better. Okay, so the next reading is for Gemini, your past, present, future, your challenge, and the answer to the question. Ooh, 8 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords in reverse, the 4 of Wands, beautiful card, the 6 of Swords, and the 9 of Wands. So let's see what this reading is meaning. So I see 8, 3, 4, 6, 6 and 9. I see a little bit of magic here, 3 and 9. Okay, so Gemini, let's see what your reading is about. So in your past, you have the 8 of Pentacles, which means that you have been working very hard and achieving a lot of material wealth. This is how you've been displaying your work, you've been proud of your work, you put so much hard work into it. But now you come to a conflict. Maybe you come to a point where you don't know what went wrong, and there might be 2 things to decide upon, maybe 2 options, or maybe 3, or maybe it's like even though you put so much hard work into something, there's been like not good communication, I would say. Yeah, the communication seems to conflict and ideas are mismatching. Therefore, it is the time to get unstuck from this situation and clear it up. So some communication needs to be done in order to clear things up. And then you can move on to a beautiful future is ahead of you, Gemini. And you don't want to miss this future. It's very beautiful. Look, it's like victory. It could be a marriage, yeah? So you put so much hard work into this thing, but you need to communicate a bit, because just putting hard work into something is not enough. You need to clearly state your ideas and goals and think about it, yes? Yes, so Gemini, so go ahead and think about it. Your challenge is moving on, leaving something to get something, as always. Gemini. You need to let go of something to gain something. Yes, you have been working hard, but it's time to let go of some things. It could be your job, it could be the way you do your job. Maybe you just need to adapt to a new routine to make your job more successful. So it's up to you to do this. So dear Gemini, please move on. Your challenge is moving on. Okay? Moving on doesn't mean that you have to leave your workplace or you have to leave your career, right? It could be just moving on from certain ideas in order to get clearer ones, right? It doesn't have to be a big sign, okay, I'm packing everything and I'm moving on to find my next job. No. It could be just moving on in your mind, moving on your mindset, be more positive, right? Working smarter, yeah? And the answer to your question is, look, now this man is looking at the wands. There are 9 of them and he's holding one. So maybe you're looking at all the people that have improved, like they have gone to better places than you, and you've been working hard and you're still in the same place. Well, sometimes people do cunning things in order to receive more praise, but you must do what's good for your heart, and you must work hard and work smart. It doesn't mean you have to work dirty, but end of the day, you need to think about yourself and what's best for you, my dear Gemini. So you need to make the decision. Don't base yourself on what other people do. Don't do the same things that other people do. Always do what's right on your heart, but you must do the right thing for yourself, right? But don't do something bad just because it's gonna get you good, because someday everything is going to be revealed. You're going to be judged. Then you'll be scared for the rest of your life whether you're going to be discovered. Therefore, you must do something good. Your hard work is good, but you need to improve yourself in terms of thinking, my dear Gemini. And now my last reading for this video is going to be for my dear Cancers. How are you, my dear Cancers? Are you waiting to hear the message? Yes, I'm sure that this message will reach you somehow or other. Okay, so past, present. Hold on 1 second. past, present, future, challenge, and answer to your question. The world. Wow, justice. Wow, Cancers, I'm so jealous. You have such a beautiful reading today. Just look at these cards. Wow, you got the world. What a beautiful card it is. It's one of the most beautiful cards, that and the star, which means, yeah, in the ending, you were stuck in a cycle, but now you're ending. It's time to move on. You have already moved on from a past situation. Well done, Cancers. And now you're looking for justice. You being just yourself, right? You're sitting proudly on your throne. You have your power ahead of you. You have the skills. You have the means to do what you want, right? You have your own right. You have your power in your heart to do what you need. And that will lead you to have many choices in the future, many opportunities to do what you like. So think well, Cancers. I'm really happy for you. This is a really nice reading. Not much to say, that except that you've now moved on and you're going to a beautiful, beautiful future, right? So choose well, my darlings. And your challenge is going to be the Ace of Pentacles. It could be money. Maybe you feel you don't have enough. You have all these opportunities, but you don't have enough money. So you need to find a way, or maybe you don't know where to invest your money, right? The Ace of Pentacles. It could also mean that you will receive the money that you need, the finances that you need, the things that you need in order to do this. So, my dear Cancers, yes, don't worry about it. Yeah, the challenge is finding the material wealth or material things to do what you need to do. So, don't worry about it. It will come to you. You will find a way. And your question, whatever your question is, your answer is, you need to communicate with yourself in the past, look into the past, and then you will find the answer to your question. You need to reflect on your past. Maybe you've been looking in the past, but you haven't been looking right, my dear Cancers. So you need to look into it and move forward. Well done, though. So the answer to your question lies in your past. So you need to look into your past and find the answer. Don't, as I always say, don't get stuck in your past. You need to move on and look into your future. Yes, you can look into the past, but don't get stuck into it. That's my advice to you, Cancers. I'm sorry that Cancers had a very short reading, but I don't have much advice other than you're doing great. Yay! So I'm very happy for you. It looks a very peaceful and happy reading for you guys. You have moved on, you're out of the cycle, things are going your way. So I'm very happy for you, Cancers. Right, so this was my weekly reading for the 24th of March. Right? And according to the situation, I'm praying for all of you, my darlings, who are readers and who are my followers and not followers. I'm the Raven Reader, and this was my message to you. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you next week for your next reading. And don't forget that you can mail me or PM me on Facebook or Instagram. You can find me, and you can PM me for a more personal reading. Thank you very much, and bless you.